Are you going to be here next week? No. You're going to be here next week, aren't you? And then let them tell you if they have other plans. Now you prepare to follow up by telling them how you wished you could be there, or that you'll be there with bells on. That's your part. Next one. I'm sorry. Evaluators, talk with your speaker beforehand about manual objectives, evaluation guidelines, and any additional concerns. Now, this is you as an evaluator doing your part. You want to be worth bragging on. So when we're telling people in the audience how wonderful you are, your part is to be wonderful. It's not really hard, but you do want to take some advanced tips and notes. There are people who are going to give tells. I give tells on myself all the time. Christina already knows to be ready for it. Some people who heard me this summer know. I am country. I am as country as a bowl of cut cornbread on a Sunday afternoon. I have to work to pronounce the ends of words. I have to concentrate every time. And when I relax, it goes out the window. You never know I'd even seen anything that looks like Toastmasters. But before a speech, if I want people to pay attention to that, I tell the evaluator. I don't make it a guessing game because I want to get better. That is going to add value to the evaluation I get and also to the evaluator bringing that out, because we don't share that with everyone. We make him or her look insightful as a result of picking that up. Someone else might have thought I've done a dazzling job. They bring up that one thing and I go, you're right. Little role play for the talk show. Next slide. In delivering that evaluation, show that you're interested. Personalize your language. Now you're walking a tightrope here, because the next bullet is that you evaluate the speech, not the person. If someone does a terrible job at giving a speech, does that make them a bad person? If we agree to that, then we can also agree that language like you should have, you didn't, you failed to live up to, is a bit more of a personal attack than should be happening in an evaluation. We should be talking in terms of what I really would have liked to have seen in your speech. I wished you would have said, or I can't wait for you to. That's good language. It talks about what I'm looking for, rather than what you, nitpick. We don't want that. There's a way to say everything. At the same time, I don't want to have Christine do a speech and then talk about her like she wasn't here a few minutes later. So I talked to Christine so that you all can hear, and the teaching opportunity is a learning opportunity. Next one. In delivering the evaluation, we want you to share your expert opinion. Now, there's two components here. Expert and opinion. As the evaluator, as anyone who takes this lecture, hold your own. You are the expert for whatever time you're up here. That's one. For the speaker, who has worked hard for those 3, 4 weeks, 2 months, whatever, you're an expert too. It's an opinion. Take what you will from it. Not necessarily discard the rest, but use what you can. That's what everybody does. Interesting story. Anyone here know Tony Singleton? Okay, I'll describe him. To say that he is large in stature, it's an understatement. And I mean, he's broad, he's also very tall. He's an imposing presence. So, can you kill this? I don't want to do shadow puppets in it. Can you picture muted? Well, I'll make shadow puppets.
Take it off?
Yeah, that'll work. That's good. Okay, so Tony chose to be the target speaker at an evaluation contest. Has anyone ever done that?
Target speaker.
Target speaker at an evaluation contest. Oh, so you've done both. Okay. Understand that if you're getting one evaluation during a club meeting, that's nerve-wracking. Imagine 7 or 8 people competing. 7 or 8 people competing, not to make you better, but to win the contest. They may say some offhanded stuff just to get over to the crowd and get those votes. And they should. They're competing. but it really must grate on you. So Tony's not only big, he's tough, but it's hilarious. He was already a DTM, and he took this role on because he wanted to get known around the district. These experts who were in this evaluation contest offering their expert opinions, he decides he's going to stand up here, give his meeting, expose himself for these contestants. He does. First contestant comes in the room, looks and says, "Tony, please stand and be recognized." And he does. "Tony, you're a big guy, tall guy, huge presence and a great message. Make sure that you stand front and center so that the message and the powerful man giving it are both taken in." And I say, that guy's a winner. He's the one that got it right. He gave the impact and the good feedback. He's going to win the contest. He sits down, second evaluator comes in. "Tony, you're a big guy, broad, tall, with a powerful message. You should stand back. Because your presence might intimidate people and they'll miss the message." Now I see a few people nodding. Some people might agree with that. He sits down, or she sits down. Third evaluator comes in the room and says, "Tony, please stand. You're magnificent. Thank you for blessing us with this speech." So he did. "Tony, you're a big guy, tall, broad and strong, with a powerful message. You should move around to give your full breath and power to this message that should be heard." There were 3 opinions. Were any of them invalid? Weren't they all opinions? What do you think Tony did?
Stood front and center.
I don't know. The speech was over. Plus, Tony's a DTM. He probably was going to do what he wanted to do anyway. However, the advice was the lesson in and of itself. I watched as 3 very capable evaluators give 3 very different evaluations. Now, that won't happen at a club meeting because you're assigned 1-to-1. But what if it did? Over the course of time, you'll probably have a mentor that's telling you one thing, evaluators that tell you another. Split the difference. Use what you can, and then move on. You take the blind back off. Of all things, promote self-esteem. We are the encouragement people. Now, on your crusade to not whitewash someone in their speech evaluation, you also don't want to take this time to beat them up. We don't do that. William Phillips is a Stone Mountain Toastmaster, and when I attended my first meeting, before I actually decided to join the club, oh, no problem. That's what we have paper for. William praised a speech of mine. Now, I attended a backwards meeting. Has anyone ever been a part of that? Okay. It's a fun little thing to do, and if you can find someone else who has done it, try it. You just do everything backwards. You start with adjournment. Even the print on the agenda was backwards. I was thrown. This was my first meeting. Now, of course, I did find the body applause. Good for me. But after that, I was stumped. I had no idea what was going on. But as it went on, I caught on. What stunned me the most is William got up and gave me my polished presentation, my evaluation, before I gave my speech. So I started taking notes. I wanted to at least prove him that he wasn't telling untruths about my speech. However, what I noticed is that he talked in terms of assuming the best about me. He built me up. Didn't even know what I was going to do. It didn't hurt him to do so. Promote self-esteem in your evaluations no matter what. Next.